Hello and welcome back to another episode of Building with SlimePirate. That is an intro that I haven't done for a while, and if you don't recognize this place, that it makes sense because basically what happened is I half recorded this video a while back, and then all the recording, all that footage disappeared. I don't know where it went. But at some time between then and then now and doing exams and stuff, it's gone. I don't know where, but oh well. So what I did in that video was I built this. This is a creeper farm, or supposed to be a creeper farm. It's broken because there's no way of activating this clock, and it's terrible because it only has 2 floors. It's garbage. Also, if you're wondering about the sounds, these sounds and stuff, and my hot bar looking weird and the strange crosshair, I got some new mods. I made myself a resource pack. Yeah, I know, I made this, and it's sort of a based on the clean UI, the high contrast option. Where is it? Is it accessibility settings? Yeah, this option here, and it enhances the contrast to UI elements, and it sort of makes them look like this, but it's only for like these buttons. So I made it for the entire game basically, and I've got a 1.8 version, I've got a 1.19 and a 1.20. I think they all work. I don't know. And then I've got some other mods, like I've got a minimalistic HUD mod. So if I push G, it brings all the HUD up, and then if I push G again, it vanishes it, and then I can, look at that. Called Auto HUD, I think. And then I've got a dynamic crosshair. So if I put the bread, my crosshair disappears, and then if I look at stuff and things, it changes, which is pretty cool. And it means that the only thing now on my screen is my hand, which is pretty cool. I've got a couple other mods that just enhance like audio and the visuals, falling leaves and stuff like that. But other than that, nothing has changed much. This, I think, was the biggest thing that I did in that video. I think. Did I? One sec. I need to check some things. There we go. I need to check some things. I think I raided the mansion, but I can't remember if that was episode 3 or episode 4. So I'm gonna go check. No, I think that was episode 4. Oh well. The mansion's been raided. There was a lot of chaos. Obviously, it's a mansion, and I'm bad at combat against Vexes, though, to be honest, who isn't? And then, what I was gonna do in that video was I was going to build some of the city. I was gonna sort of put a building there and a building there and a load of buildings around here where I'm currently standing and stuff, and it was gonna look cool, and that's what all this is for. But I've since decided that I didn't like what I was doing with that. And then I decided I don't like this, or I don't fully like it. I do like it. It's a cool building. I do like it. There's some good things about it. The interior being one of them. And like this sort of outside section and stuff. But I'm not 100% on the style, because this is supposed to be a city, and it was, it still feels like I can do better with this house, despite the fact that there are literally 3 iterations of the starter base already, but it also, I think, would have just sort of been lost in the city. Been pretty hard to like identify that's the starter base, that's where it all began and stuff. So we're going over there. We're going to the village, and I'm going to hop into the creative world, and I'm going to show you a couple things that I've been brewing in my brain over the past sort of couple weeks while I've been on holiday. Yeah, let's go do that. Okay, so we are now in the creative testing world. Anything you see here is probably not going to make it into videos. I say that because this was my first sort of draft of the palace. I've since come up with a nicer design. I like it. I love this build. I just every time I see it, I'm really proud of it. But I think the new design that I've come up with is very good. But here we are. This is down there. There we go. This is the start house, and this was my this was what I was going to build basically in the episode. Obviously, they would have had roofs and they would have been textured, but this is what I would have built. So we've got the start house there, and then we've got I think a sugarcane farm, a pumpkin and melon farm, and then it got a bit foggy. I don't really know what these buildings were for, to be honest. I think that was a cactus farm. It was supposed to be a cactus farm, that one. But as you can see, these have like interiors and stuff, and there's the storage for the farm. But they got like shop interiors. So we've got melons, we've got pumpkins, we've got, for some reason, a medieval cash register. We've got stuff out front. Don't need those anymore because we have hanging signs. I do really like the way, sort of the atmosphere of this place. That's what I want to get with the city. However, as you can see from sort of out here, if I didn't point out that building was the starter house, I reckon if you imagine this times by like, a lot, I don't think you'd be able to find it. It's really, really, really samey. And there are, obviously all the shape is different and there's different base blocks, but all the roofs are the same pretty much. But there are some, I think, some good ideas, like these are like mushrooms, and we've got some open areas where you can see the sky and some trees and stuff and things like that. Covered areas, things like that, that I think work pretty well. And the path design, I'm pretty keen on the path design for certain areas of the city. But that was what I was going to build. This is the first, or second technically, iteration of it. So we can see, I think, 2 of the same buildings. Start base, melon pumpkin farm. This was the original, the second iteration of the sugarcane farm. There it is in there. We've got a tree, and I think this was the nether portal, supposed to be. But I wasn't happy with the way that I did the paths and the layout of everything, so I got rid of that. And this was the first iteration. Completely different. Doesn't feel like very medieval at all. I do really like it, though. I do really like it, but it doesn't really feel very medieval. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the things that I like from here, and I'm going to take a couple of those, and I'm going to take some actual source, like, materials, images of medieval buildings in France and Germany and the UK and stuff like that, and then mishmash it all together with inspirations from various depictions of fantasy and medieval villages in various art sort of forms, Lord of the Rings movies, things like that. Other adaptations of Lord of the Rings, stuff like there's a server called Ardacraft, which is basically Lord of the Rings in Minecraft in like ultra detail. It's insane. I mean, it's actually insane. There are a couple videos about it on the YouTubes, and I would highly recommend going to check it out. It's mad. But I'm going to take all those, mash them all together, and hopefully come up with a good design. And then we're going to go build it in the in the world, and it should look pretty good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If I get the design right. So I'm going to go do that now. I'm going to go design it, and then we're going to go build it. Okay, after a while of resource collecting, a few hours, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, as you can see. I hate the fact that decorated pots, they don't stack, even if they're undecorated. Like, if they're not made out of the sherds. Like, bruh, why? Why is that a thing? Doesn't make sense, but hey ho, oh well. There's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of space. So, I guess yeah. I guess it's time. I need to build my my new home. It's gonna go in here, and yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, here we are, and here it is. This took absolutely ages to build. It took ages. I think it was like 4 hours. I had to split it up into 2 sessions because it was late at night. But I got it done. This video is late out because of it, but it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, and yeah, let's go through it. So obviously we've got the path. There's some dirt blocks over there. Whoops. Obviously we've got the path, lovely mix of coarse dirt, and rooted dirt. Got like mushrooms. Finally found a use for those. Grass and ferns and stuff, but only on the edges, because this lighter area is more walked and stuff, so that makes a bit of sense. We got a little building over here. None of these have interiors, so oh well. Got some cherry trees, cherry leaves. Got some pots. Those are great. Love the pots. But yeah, we've got like a little sort of cyan house with a deep slate roof. Pretty simple. And then we get on to, I think, the biggest, easily the biggest building here, which is the inn. This is the inn, the orange boy. Got some nice stuff going on here. This like little trim here is pretty good, and some note blocks in there, stuff like that. But we come through the arch. Don't mind my door slamming. It does that because it doesn't close properly. And my window's open, so it just slams itself. But we come under the arch here. Got some grindstones and blast furnaces as like this sort of floory bit. We got a stable going here. That's into the inn. We can come through the back, around the back here. There's some stairs, a way down to a little garden over here. It's got some grass blocks growing, and I need to get rid of them because there's not supposed to be grass blocks. They're supposed to be dirt, but oh well. And then we get on to what is actually now our house, which is this one. It's a nice little medieval house. Got a little room back there. We've got a room up here. We've got some bamboo trapdoors as windows, and coral walls, which is a pain. Door out into the garden. So yeah, that is, I think, pretty much it. Let's have a little fly around, see if I missed anything that I want to talk about. Anything at all. I don't really know. But if we compare like this, I hope in editing I'll have like a comparison between a screenshot of this and a screenshot of the previous plan. There's a couple things where we've got some more roof types and stuff, more roof shapes, more roof colors as well. So we've got like the deep slate ones. This one's a bit darker. This one's a bit lighter. This one is the same roof texture, roof colors and stuff. Then we've got like a sort of thatched roof. It's obviously not made out of hay, but it kind of looks thatched, as opposed to over there where we just had that roof. So so I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think we'll continue with this. We're gonna build up the village in the coming episodes, and yeah, we're gonna do some of that stuff. But I hope you liked the video. Sorry it's a bit shorter than some of the other ones have been. I had 2 days to make it, and it's already late because various things happened getting back from my holiday. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.